be the therapist?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Start.
All right. Hello, Charlene. Good to see you again. I know last week we were talking about your daughter. Do you want to tell me how things have been going for the past week?
Yeah, it's kind of the same, maybe a little worse. Since the last time I seen you, she got a little more aggressive. She's extremely defiant. Like, she doesn't listen to anything that I say, of course, but she got physical. To the point where I had to call the police. She, they Baker acted her. And of course, you know, she's already been diagnosed bipolar, but there's not much really that can be done after 72 hours. They sent her back home and basically told me that she's my responsibility. Like, if she wants to beat on me, like, that's just something I have to deal with.
So, sounds very overwhelming.
It is. They tell me that it's extremely important to make sure that she takes her medication. But there's some big issue with that. I'm in recovery.
Yes.
I've been sober for 6 years, but she still has huge resentments. She constantly throws it in my face, and she refuses to take her medication because she says she doesn't want to be an addict like her mother. And I feel like that's a lot of the reasons that she acts out towards me.
Yeah. It must be very hard for you because here you are, sober 6 years, you're doing your best to be a good mom, and she's still holding things against you from the person that you used to be.
It's very hard. Like, but I've learned I don't have to carry that guilt and shame that she tries to make me have.
That's true.
Because I have forgiven myself. Like, I have worked, pardon my French, but I have worked my ass off to get to where I am. And for her to continue to throw it in my face, like, I told her, I don't feel guilty anymore. You know, you can bust my lip, you can bust my nose. That's still not going to make me feel guilty. So, at this point, I'm just kind of at a loss. I really don't know what else to do. Like, all the police can do is take her, Baker act her, and then she's going to come back home because she's only 16. And it's just something I have to deal with until she's 18.
Right. So it's very difficult because she's 16 and she's still a minor, and yet because she's 16, you really can't control her anymore.
It is. It's extremely difficult. I put her in a program. She was at the program for 3 days, and she's very manipulative. She told them that she was sick. She was sticking her finger down her throat and threw up. So therefore, they called me and said that your daughter is sick. You have to pick her up.
Oh my goodness! Wow.
Yes.
What was that like when you knew that the program wasn't going to work?
it kind of felt like there's no help out there, like for these children that are defiant, like, and for the parents, like there's nowhere for parents to turn when their children are acting like this. Like, what do the parents do other than lose their tempers? Like, I see now why these parents are getting arrested, because they hit their children back. Like,
Has there been a time when you have reacted that way?
no, but I am terrified that there may be that day that I do react.
Right? Because of the frustration.
Exactly. It's like building up and building up. Like, she's been physical with me like twice now. This is actually the second time. So, like, when am I going to say enough is enough and just lose it?
You know, I see in you someone who has fought a very hard fight, like, you know, with your own situation, and you have survived and thrived in your own personal life, and in your own life, I see a success. And I want you to realize that and congratulate yourself for how far you've come.
Thank you. And I do. Like, I don't go to AA anymore to pick up or anything, but I do, like, I'm very proud of myself.
And you should be.
I have worked very hard for my sobriety.
Do you feel that do you feel that it could be a good idea? Well, let me ask it this way. How would you feel about you and your daughter doing therapy together, or bringing your daughter to a session? How would you feel about that?
I think that's an excellent idea if I can do that. Yeah, sure.
Well, do you think she might be available next week at the same time?
I will definitely talk to her, and hopefully she will agree to come in.
Well, I've really appreciated talking to you, and I feel like I've learned more about you, and my respect for you has grown now that I know even more about what you've accomplished and what the fight you're fighting. So I look forward to seeing both of you next week.
I look forward to seeing you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Shirley.
All right, and so when you're ready, you can just go ahead and switch roles.
Okay. All right.
All right. Hi, Sarah. It's good to see you again.
Hi, Shirley.
Last week we talked about you getting laid off with work, and you were having a little bit of lack of motivation. How's that going?
Well, lack of motivation is putting it mildly. I'm so frustrated that I don't qualify for better jobs. And mad at myself for not finishing my education, and every time I look at jobs that I could apply for, they're all entry levels where I know I'll be working with 18-year-olds or 20-year-olds, and I'm so fed up with my life, and I just don't even feel like trying.
You do sound frustrated. Like, you say that you don't feel like trying, like, so I have to ask, like, are there any suicidal thoughts? Like,
No.
okay.
No, I'm probably too mad for that. Maybe, I don't know, but no.
So there's a lot of anger there.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty frustrated with myself. I didn't finish college, and life got in the way, and one thing after another happened, and so I had this night shift telemarketing job, taking inbound customer service calls, and um, I'm certainly not essential, so it hurts to be told you're not essential. And
Tell
so,
me why. Tell me why it makes you so angry at yourself.
well, I feel like when I was a young thing, I had more potential. I could have, I could have accomplished more. I could have finished my education, gotten a career, and now here I am, and it's just too late for that, and it's very depressing. I mean, I'll eventually find another telemarketing job, I'm sure.
Why it's too late for you to return to school?
Oh yeah, I would feel stupid in school at this age.
Tell me why you're so stupid.
I'm not gonna sit there with a bunch of 20-year-olds. It's ridiculous. I mean, I don't really like going public with the fact that I didn't finish college. I guess if I go to college, I'll be admitting that I didn't finish college. So
So
yeah,
it sounds like you're ashamed.
yeah, I think you're right. I think I have shame. Yeah, I do. I've never really talked about this before, but I don't like talking about it, I guess, because I'm ashamed. So
How do you feel talking about it?
uncomfortable, embarrassed. But I mean, I guess it's probably good to talk about it, though. Probably good to get it out.
What can you put your finger on any emotions that you're having? Just tell me, like, what emotions you think you're feeling right now talking about it.
Regret, when I think about how I used to be so full of potential. Embarrassment, shame, all that fun stuff.
Okay. What do you think you could do to move past some of that pain and regret?
Um, I g- I guess I could, I can take online classes, I guess. And
Okay.
I guess I can see if anyone else will hire me other than telemarketing jobs. I mean, I, I think there's a career center at the college.
Do you think that could be useful to you?
I mean, it couldn't hurt, I guess, So what else am I doing? I'm not working, so
Now, let's go back to the lack of motivation. Like, are you going out of your house?
no, I'm really not. I'm just catching up on all my Netflix.
Okay.
And that's probably not that great for my state of mind.
Tell me why you think that.
Well, being outside always makes me feel better. So, and I know that it's just staying inside in the dark in front of the TVs, probably increasing my frustration and anger and depression.
So what can you do different? Or other than sitting on the couch and watching Netflix?
Well, I could go out. I mean, I have plenty of time now to go outside, ride a bicycle, take a walk.
Tell me a little bit about your family. Are you reaching out?
Yeah, and I haven't been in much touch with them. But
What do you think about maybe calling them or FaceTime, Zoom, or something with your family so that you have some outside resources to talk to?
yeah, that's a good idea. I'm glad I came. You've given me some good ideas.
Yes.
Sometimes it feels good just to spill your guts.
Right, absolutely.
All right, ladies, thank you so much. You can log out of the session and just look for these recordings to be posted later. All right, you can start.
Okay. Hi, Rosalind.
Hi.
My name is Regine Bruno, and I'm going to be your counselor today. I know you speak to my coworker, but we didn't have time to meet. Today is our first session. So, how are you doing?
Regine, to be honest, I'm not doing so well. I'm a single parent. I have a 16-year-old daughter. And the reason I'm here today is because I am just so frustrated because she does not listen to me. She breaks the rules and she's constantly arguing with me all the time.
Okay, so how do you feel about the way that your daughter reacts? How do you feel about that?
I don't feel so good. Like, it kind of makes me feel like, as a parent, have I failed? Like, I mean, my daughter doesn't want to listen to me and she's breaking the rules, and it kind of just makes me feel like I failed as a parent because you want your daughter to listen to you. So, not so great.
So, what is really the problem, from your point of view? What is the problem?
The problem? Well, like I said, my daughter's not listening. She's breaking the rules and constantly arguing. And I guess the main thing we mostly argue about, and she doesn't listen to me about, is related to school. So my daughter, she doesn't, like, her school attendance is not that great. And so that means, like, her grades aren't really as great either. Because I guess, like, she's not going to school. So since she's not going to school and her grades are bad, like, I'm having social services come to the house and they're asking me, well, why isn't your daughter at school? And I'm like, well, I didn't know this was an issue because she'll leave in the morning, like she's going to school, and then she'll come back, like she got back from school. So I never knew this was an issue. So I guess if that answers your question.
Okay, so you said she's agreeing with you every time. So do you know the reason why? Did you ask her the reason why she doesn't want to go to school?
The reason she told me was because she doesn't plan on going to college. So she just, I guess she just doesn't want to go anymore.
Wow. She doesn't want to go anymore. So,
Yeah, because she doesn't really have that motivation, like that she plans on going to college. And, you know, as a mom, I'm kind of just like, it's really like important to me as a mom that she at least gets her high school diploma, because, you know, what if one day she does change her mind and she wants to go to college, or she wants to go to a training program? And
okay, because I know I have teenagers also. I have 3 of them. Sometimes they want to do things their way. So, um, tell me, what is your relationship with your daughter? Did she talk to you?
well, that does make me feel a lot better that you said that you also can relate to me, that you have a teenage daughter, and it kind of makes me feel like I'm normal, that she's giving me issues. But
Yeah, I know. Mhm.
so I'm sorry, repeat the question again.
What's that?
I'm sorry, what was the question?
So, did you talk to your daughter? Did your daughter tell you the reason why she doesn't want to go to college or something?
Well, that's the thing. Like, I'll ask her, like, well, why don't you plan on going to college? And she can't give me an answer. And I'm like, well, if you don't plan on going to college, we need to have like a plan B, because I want her to be successful. Like, as a mother, I want her to be successful. And I mean, you would understand that too, because
Yeah, I
you said,
understand. I understand. Yes, perfectly. Mm-hmm. So, um, how does your daughter feel about, all those things going on between you and her?
I'm sorry, like it like broke
Yeah.
up a little bit.
I know you
Sorry.
have, problem with your daughter,
Oh,
but
yeah.
sometimes did she talk to you, or did you listen to her, explaining what's going on? Because sometimes when teenagers acting in a way, something in their mind that, so they can express it. So I don't know.
Mhm. I mean, I guess that is something that my daughter and I could work on, that we need to establish that communication where we communicate better, because pretty much all she told me is that, you know, she doesn't want to go to school because she doesn't plan on going to college. So like she doesn't have that motivation to finish her high school degree.
Okay, you said that she doesn't.
Huh? I'm sorry.
Go ahead. Wow, was it? Okay, you said that she doesn't want to go to school. So did you try to talk to a teacher and see what's going on at school?
You know, I didn't. And you know, that's probably a good idea that I do so. Yeah,
Sorry?
that's probably, yeah. Yeah, I'll have to do that.
Yeah, because you need to know what's going on at school. You know, maybe there are some friends that they don't get along. Maybe something make her not to go to school.
That is true. And then also, like with the teacher, we could have like possibly like we could discuss a plan B on, you know, if she doesn't plan on going to college, like have that plan B set. So
Okay.
I
Okay. Okay. What are your best hopes for our talk today? What are your best hopes for our talk today?
well, I you
We're
definitely Oh,
We're out of time for that one.
okay. Okay. So,
Okay. Oops. Okay.
okay. Hi, Regine. Okay, so I am your counselor, Rosalind. I know we spoke over the phone a little bit before you came here, and since we are actually here today, I would like for you to go a little bit more in depth of what's going on. Is that okay with you?
Yes.
Okay, so
Uh,
whenever you're ready, just you can start.
okay. So I have my husband. We've been married for 15 years, and then we have 3 beautiful children. Um, so when my husband saw my friend, my best friend, and then they were going out together. So,
Okay.
so when I asked a question about it, but they both said no, until so I saw it myself. My husband was having an affair with my best friend, you know. So
Mhm.
I don't know why he did that, to us, because my kid and I, we love him so much, so instead of arguing all the time, in front of the kids, because that's not the way I want to raise my kids, because I want to raise them that they can respect people, they can respect whoever they're married to, you know. So for that, I decided to divorce him. It's been like a year, you know, but
Okay.
now, uh, I wanted to, you know, to date again, so I found a nice man, so I wanted to date him, but I don't really feel comfortable to do it, so
Okay.
I'm so scared, that I might be hurt again, so
Okay, so before we start talking about the dating, I would like to clarify a little bit about you and your ex-husband and like how that went. Is that okay if I do that?
yes.
Okay, so you said that your ex-husband, met your best friend and you found out that he was having an affair with her?
Yes. But I don't know for how long, that's been going on. Mhm.
Okay, so how did you feel when you found out about this affair?
Wow, so I was hurt, devastated, and then
Mm.
so my kids, so they were crying, you see, because we were a happy family, and then suddenly, so things happen. I didn't hear, I didn't hear, I didn't hear you, I didn't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay,
Okay.
that was weird. Okay, so so what I heard is you felt very, betrayed by not only your husband but also your best friend, because these are supposed to be people that you can trust and have a
Yes.
close connection with, right?
Yes. I know my husband for 20
Halfway.
years.
Halfway.
Okay. Okay.
Yes. And then so my best friend, we were friends since high school. She was like a sister to me. I trusted her, So
Mhm.
I didn't realize she was going to do such thing. Yes, yeah.
Okay. So so what I'm hearing is, that it was very disappointing to you that this happened, because you also have children with your ex-husband.
Mhm.
And even though you all said that you loved him deeply because you have children with him, it was the right thing for you to do to leave because of that trust being broken and for your own happiness.
Yeah.
Okay. So now I'm cleared up on that. So I want to get on to the dating part. So you said it's been about a year since the divorce and that you want to start getting back into dating. But you're scared of getting hurt again. What do you mean by getting hurt again?
Well, so I came from a bad relationship, you see, but
Mhm.
I'm so afraid, that might happen again, you see, because now I cannot trust anyone else, so I really can't, because I know, like I told you before, so I met a nice man, but
Mhm.
I wanted to be with him, but I'm so scared, I'm so scared. So,
Yeah, so hearing is that trust is very important to you in a relationship, and you want to make sure in that next relationship that you have a partner that's trustworthy.
yes, yeah.
Okay, so the next question I want to ask you is, what does trust mean to you personally?
Well, trust that someone, that is, reliable, and someone, and you feel, safe with him physically and emotionally. Yes, okay. So
Mhm.
if I
Yeah.
can, so I don't know if I can have that with, with someone,
Mhm. So I'm
because
hearing that trust to you is somebody that you can count on and like somebody that is reliable and
reliable,
dependable.
yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
can trust,
Okay. So so what did you take away from today's session?
Just 1 minute left.
what that question again?
What did you take away from today's session?
Um, well, so I just want, to see how, I can trust people again, you know.
Mm.
So, I want to be myself again, you see, I can love someone, and then, either way, somebody that loves me, so yes,
Okay. So today I felt like we went over a lot of things. That trust is very important to you for your next relationship.
exactly.
That you want,
Mhm.
and you want somebody that's super reliable and dependable. So next session, we will talk more about this.
Thank you.
All right, ladies, thank you so much. Have a great night.
Yeah.
So who's going first?
I am Lori.
All right. You can start.
Okay. Hi, Anna. Thank you for coming in today. I'm just wondering what event brought you here?
So I am trying to decide basically if I should end my current relationship or not.
Mm-hmm.
I just came back into talking with an old friend of mine, and I had some feelings for him back then, and then we kind of, we went our separate ways, and now that he came back into my life, I'm starting to feel things again for him, but I'm already seeing another person. So I'm really, really conflicted on it, and I don't know what to do.
Yeah, can you explain a little bit more about your friend and just how the relationship is kind of different, like how he makes you feel?
Yeah, so I don't know. He seems to be interested in me. I haven't really talked about it with anyone. That's why I came here first. I wanted to kind of use counseling as a way to sort my thoughts. But he seems to be interested in me. He pays attention to me. He compliments me. He makes me feel special. And also I feel kind of obligated to be with him just because he was in my life first. You know, like I met him first before my current boyfriend, so some part of me feels like I should be with him instead.
So you're kind of feeling like since you met him first and you guys were friends that you should like almost be with him instead of your current boyfriend right now?
Exactly. Yeah, and also like the way he makes me feel, it's just different.
What are some of the stuff that he does that like makes you feel different?
I don't know, just being around him is more fun, it's more exciting, it's like it's newer because
Mhm.
I've been with my boyfriend for a couple years now, so you know, like it's less exciting, it's more of like we're like in a routine, whereas like with my friend it's more like, you know, we go out and do stuff and we have fun with each other.
Hmm. What was some of the stuff that you would do with your boyfriend at like the beginning of the relationship that made it like more fun?
Well, I mean, we would go on dates and we would, you know, go out and do stuff. But now that we're living together, it seems like the relationship is more of a chore than it used to be. So, you know, we're focusing more on like, you know, like paying bills and stuff rather than making time for each other.
So you feel like it's almost like there's nothing like new with your boyfriend right now. It's kind of like the same thing over and over, like a continuous loop almost. And then with your friend, it's almost like it's new, it's exciting, like a lot of different things are happening.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, my boyfriend still makes me happy. It's just like, you know, we've been so comfortable in what we're doing. It just doesn't feel exciting anymore. And that's what I'm kind of getting from my friend. And that's why I kind of came here today because I'm like, I don't really want to end my relationship, but I feel like it's wrong for me to have feelings for both of them.
Have you tried like voicing your just kind of like telling your boyfriend about how like you're feeling and about how maybe you want to start doing like more stuff what you guys like used to do?
I haven't really told him. I didn't want to tell him first. I wanted to kind of sort through what I was going through before I came to him with all of this stuff because I don't want to approach him with me being conflicted about a relationship. Like if I decide that I want to be with my friend more so than my current boyfriend, then I don't want to be conflicted about my decision.
Right. So you kind of want to have like a set decision first
Mhm.
before like you go in, and then like it would just get kind of confusing because you don't really know what you want.
Exactly. So, and like honestly, part of it, I think I might be more interested in my friend right now just because I need more attention. So maybe
Mhm.
that's what it is. Maybe it's not really my friend that's, I don't know, making me feel conflicted. Maybe it's just that I feel like I want my boyfriend to treat me more like my friend does.
Right. And so if your friend is giving you more attention than your boyfriend is right now, then it's like more fun. And if your boyfriend, you guys are just like you said, paying the bills and having it be like almost a chore, then it's like not really as new and fun.
Exactly. So, I mean, talking with you today has honestly made me feel a little more like at ease because after saying what I said, I feel like it might be more that I just need more attention because I still love my boyfriend. I don't really want to leave him. It's just that maybe I need him to be there a little bit more for me. I need him to pay attention and compliment me and do the things that my friend is showing me so that I'm happier in our relationship.
What are some of the other ways that like he can make you happy, maybe that your friend does, besides like complimenting you and just like paying attention to you?
Maybe initiating going out more, like taking me on a date or picking me up from work and taking me to lunch or just whenever we're home, like watching a movie together instead of going to do our separate chores or whatever it is. So maybe just being with me more would
Mhm.
make me a little bit happier. Just like wanting to be around me. Because that's kind of what I feel from my friend is, you know, he always wants to hang out with me, but my boyfriend doesn't really want to hang out with me. So maybe that's what the problem is.
Yeah, and especially you're gonna want to be around someone all the time if they want to be around you too. And so since your
Exactly.
friend is always wanting to hang out and be with you, it just kind of makes you want to be with him.
Yeah.
And so we're close to the end of our session right now. So is there anything else you want to add about just
No,
anything?
honestly, I feel a lot better about my decision.
Good. Okay, so we'll do the same time next week. Thank you for coming in.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So switching roles. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hi, my name's Anna. I'll be your counselor for today. Can you tell me a little bit about what brought you in today?
Yeah, so a couple of months ago, one of my best friends, she died in a car accident. And so like lately since then, I've been like just feeling like kind of like unmotivated. Like I just like can't like get it out of my head. Like I haven't been able to eat. Like sleeping has been just like kind of a struggle. And I don't know, I'm just feeling like kind of lost.
Okay. I'm sorry to hear about that. That sounds like it's really affecting you in
Mhm.
a negative way. Can you tell me a little bit more about what it's doing to you internally? You said that you're having trouble eating and sleeping. How long has that been going on?
Probably like a couple weeks. I don't know, like I have been like eating a little bit, but it's just like I have to almost like force myself to like do it. And then like same thing with like sleeping, like I just like can't get it off of my mind. Just like I keep on like I don't know, like I just like feel like I don't have any like answers.
What do you mean by answers?
I've been feeling kind of like since like she died so suddenly, it's almost like I didn't get any like closure. Like I didn't get to say goodbye, or I didn't like just to basically like it was just like she was like ripped away and then like that was it.
Okay. And when you say ripped away, like ripped away from you out of your life?
Yeah, just like kind of like all of a sudden like she's just like gone, and then like it almost feels like I've been kind of like abandoned, even though like it wasn't like her, like you know, like she didn't ask to get into a car accident, but it almost feels like I've been like left behind.
Okay. So I hear you saying that you're feeling really down lately. You know, you can't eat, you can't sleep, you feel abandoned by your best friend, and you are looking for closure, but you can't find it.
And I've also been like feeling like really unmotivated. Like I haven't been doing too well in school. Like I just don't really feel like doing anything. Like I kind of just like lay down all day and like I'll just like maybe like go on my phone, but even then like I can't really like concentrate on anything.
Okay. And can you tell me a little bit more about who this friend was to you? Like, um, you know, you said you were best friends. Can you go a little bit more into your relationship with her?
Yeah, so we were childhood friends, and like you know we lived like in the same neighborhood, so we would kind of just like hang out every day, and it was like really just like convenient. Like if we wanted to go do something, I could just walk over to her house. But now it's like if I want to go do something, she's not there. And so like again, that's almost like I kind of feel like abandoned. Like now I don't have like someone to go to all the time.
Okay. So are you feeling stressed by like her leaving?
A
Because
little.
you mentioned that you were having trouble in school. So is her abandoning you making you feel a little stressed?
Yeah, it's been a little stressful, especially with like just school and stuff because, like even though like I'm going through something, like life still doesn't really stop. So like I
Mhm.
still have like classes to take, I have like exams, homework, and just kind of like all of that. So that kind of like piles on top of it, and then I just feel like even more unmotivated because it feels like I can't like there's like no end to it almost. So it's like I have a hard time like seeing the end line of it.
It sounds like you're feeling really overwhelmed with everything that's happening in your life.
Yeah, and especially um just almost like feeling like I just feel kind of like hopeless. Like there's like nothing like I can do. Like I'm not sure how to like necessarily like get out of this like funk because like with school and then like I try to like hang out with my family and but like I'm just like so like sad about like my friend dying and then normally like I would go to my friend to like talk to someone but now I feel like I don't have anyone to talk to.
So you feel alone in
Mhm.
this.
Yeah, I feel like even though like I know like a lot of people go through this, like I feel like I'm the only one who is, even though like I know a lot of other people lose people in their life, but I just feel like I'm the only one.
Okay, so you just feel really alone in this time.
Hmm. Even like talking with like family and like it's so like not like the same. Like yeah, I can talk to them all I want, but like I really just want to talk to my best friend.
And if you could talk to her, what would you say?
Um, Maybe I would just like kind of how we used to talk, just like talk about like my life or like something like that. Maybe just like kind of get to like say goodbye almost. So then like I'd be getting closure and I maybe wouldn't feel as like abandoned. And then also it's just like maybe I wouldn't feel so lost because I would be able to like move on easier. I don't know.
Okay. All right. And and do you have anyone else that you've tried to talk to about this? Any other friends or anything like that?
Yeah, I've tried to like talk to my family, but that hasn't really been like working. And I have like another friend that I could talk to. So like maybe I'll try talking to her because we were both friends with her. So she'll kind of like understand the same thing.
Okay. All right. So in today's session, we talked a lot about you feeling alone and hopeless and unmotivated in your life and with school and everything that's going on. You talked about having trouble eating, having trouble sleeping because you are feeling left and abandoned by your friend. Um, we also talked about how, you tried talking to other people about it and it's just not really working for you. And I think that next week we can dive a little bit deeper into this issue and maybe help to understand a little bit more about how you're feeling and what would you need to receive that closure so that you can feel a little bit better about this.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you both so much. Have a great night.
You
Thanks,
too.
you too.
Bye.
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 Hi, what brings you in today?
Hey, well, I'm coming to you to discuss some issues I'm having with my teen. Um, she's a hot mess. She drives me up the wall. I can't think straight. I have stress. I can't sleep. I can't eat sometimes for worry. She just is out of control.
Okay. So what you're saying is you're having a hard time managing your child as well as now it's affecting your everyday life.
Yeah, yeah, it's kind of crazy how another human being can do this to you and affect you in such a way. But I do, I do care and love her and want the best for her. But I gotta also provide and care for her, and it can be very taxing for both the job and handling a teenager who is full of hormones and um, just craziness.
Okay.
Mm.
So can you tell me a little bit more about your child's behavior? Like what's happening exactly?
No, we can't talk for more than about 5 minutes without arguing about something. I can, tell her the sky is blue and she tells me it's purple, always contradicting, always, argumentative, always has to be right, even though she's wrong in certain cases. Very just does what she wants when she wants it, can put down some rules or guidelines or try to enforce them by taking away the phone or trying to impose some sort of grounding, but does what she wants. So it's almost powerless there. And yeah, she's just encountering some risky behaviors right now that is kind of concerning, and I don't know where to turn. I don't have any resources and I don't have anyone to help me.
Okay. So how is this affecting you personally, your mental health?
I feel helpless. I feel insecure. I feel frustrated. Like I said, I can't sleep, can't eat very properly, I just don't know how to balance the two and handle both. Because the job can be pretty taxing, but then the child can be even more taxing. So it's almost like I'm at the end of my rope, pretty much.
You're at the end of your rope.
Yeah, it feels pretty bleak some days. Don't want to go to bed some days. Don't want to have to face another argument. Don't want to have to just deal with it.
Okay. How have you handled stress like this in the past? Has this happened before?
Usually if I handle with stress, I push through, but I feel like I ignore certain things. I just push past certain things just to make it through. Maybe I could even just be ignoring what my daughter needs because I just don't want to have to deal with it. Does that make sense? Um, so a lot of just putting my head in the sand, I guess you could say. A lot of just coasting, just to avoid the pain or the stress that could be so overwhelming and cause a mental breakdown, that kind of thing.
Okay. Are you dealing with this alone? Like who is your support system in this scenario?
I mean, I don't really have one because I don't have time for one. Single mom. The family lives far away, and friends are pretty much at work. But you know how friends can go. Sometimes they're for you. Sometimes they're stabbing you in the back. So I just don't really have much right now, besides what I can handle with just going to work and coming home and dealing with my daughter.
Okay. So if I'm hearing you correctly, you don't really have a support system. It's just you. You're taking on this own.
Yeah, pretty much. No really time for coming down or winding down. No time for that, because I work quite a bit. So when I get home, I handle things, make dinner, make sure everything's in a row, and try to head to bed, and then wake up real early and go at it again.
What does a good day look like for you?
I haven't had one in a while. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I guess no arguments, no work. Having a day off would be great.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah,
Yeah.
simple. Be simple.
How do you cope with stressful days? Like, what gets you through it other than kind of burying your head in the sand, like you said? Or what are some appropriate ways you can cope with situations like this?
I mean, definitely don't think it's healthy for me to be by myself and all this. I definitely would like some help. I definitely would like some resources.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a matter of sitting down and taking the time to do that, and taking the time to reach out and ask for assistance. It takes time to research, takes time to make an effort and build a relationship. So,
Okay. Well, I'd like to say that even coming to my office and talking to me, I can be a part of, just listening and helping you through this.
Mhm.
But I do want to give you some homework, if that's okay. I want you to write down coping skills or ways that you can handle situations with your child,
Mhm.
and kind of bring that into light and bring that to the next time we meet,
Mhm.
and we'll go through it together.
Okay.
Okay, well, thank you for coming in.
No problem. Thank you.
All right, so you ready to switch?
Yeah.
Sure.
All right, go ahead.
All right. Hello, my name is Anna. I understand you came in for some help today. How can I help you?
Hi, my name is Danny. I'm coming in because I'm a college student and I don't think I can do it anymore. I'm just overwhelmed with all the work that's being given to me. I'm doing poorly in all my classes. I'm pretty much on the verge of dropping out.
So what are you doing in college right now?
I'm studying human services for youth and families. I'm taking 3 classes right now, summer classes, and they will be the end of me. There's so much work. I'm not motivated to do anything because the work is so hard. I feel like I'm just shutting down.
Yeah. So you're saying that you have so much work right now that it's coming to a point where you just want to drop everything
Yeah, I feel like, sorry, go ahead.
to find some sort of relief.
Yeah, my teachers, they're kind, but they're not really helping me. They're assigning all this work and not giving enough time for me to get it done. And it's a summer course. It's piling up. And at this point, I just look at it and I go to bed. There's nothing that I want to do that involves the schoolwork.
Okay. So you're mentioning here about your teachers and that they are not helping you. What in that is them not helping you? What are they doing?
They're taking too long to respond to emails, and then when they finally do respond, it's like, well, you should have attended my class, last week. You should have been there, but I wasn't there because I was trying to get other work done. And it's all piling up. There's not enough time to do this. There really isn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just feel frustrated.
Frustrated.
Hmm.
So you're feeling like you're taking 3 classes right now in summer, and that feels like a lot of classes in a short amount of time.
Yeah, because the classes are like a month and a half. And I'm getting 3 essays per class. I'm getting 2 exams with this stupid honor lock stuff that never wants to work.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
I don't think I'm getting enough support as I would if I was actually in person. But this whole COVID-19 stuff is forcing me to do online classes, and it's the worst thing ever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So COVID has been affecting a lot of this and how you learn basically in school. You learn better
Yeah.
in person.
Yeah, because I'm not good with all this technology. It's like the honor lock system makes me wait about 30 minutes until I actually get in. I don't get off of work until almost 10 p.m.
Yeah.
So I have to drive home, then I have to start this honor lock stuff, then it takes too long. My test is due at midnight.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how everybody expects me to get all this done. I'm not getting enough support through this virtual learning.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do you have anyone around you to assist at home, or is it just you?
It's just me. I mean, at this point, I'm willing to meet up with people and kind of, have a study group, but nobody wants to do that because everybody's afraid of COVID-19.
Yeah.
At this point, I feel like dropping out would be the best solution.
Yeah. What are your long-term goals? Why are you in?
Well, long term, I want to be a social worker, but with all this schooling, it's making me feel like I'm not good enough. I'm not capable of getting it all done. If I can't handle these stupid classes, how can I handle being a social worker?
Yeah. Yeah. So this is making you think how you can react to future hardships, basically.
Yep, it's all this anxiety, all this depression, no motivation to get my work done. So I feel like if I can't do that, I can't help people.
Yeah. So you feeling this feelings of depression and anxiety is making you feel incapable of being able to fulfill the job you want.
Yeah, exactly. And this COVID-19 stuff, I feel like has just put me back so much that I don't know, I feel like I'm going to get my degree later than expected. I'm not getting my classes done. I'm currently failing 2 of them. So what's the point?
Yeah.
So in the past, I've handled it by going to the academic lab and getting help, but that's not open. I feel like there's nobody here to help me.
Yeah. So how do you feel like moving forward in any other area will help?
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
How do you feel like moving forward in any other area will help besides college, social work?
I mean, I have a job right now as a waitress, but I don't think that's my long-term goal. I don't really know what I want to do other than social work. This is just a job to help pay for my books and my classes.
Yeah.
So
That's pretty great that you are moving forward through this and working your way through to get these classes and buy these books and move forward. I think that's pretty awesome that you are making your way through,
I think that maybe I should explain to my teachers what's going on and see if they'll help me. I haven't really been straightforward with the fact that I'm having depression and anxiety. So I think maybe communicating might be a better plan.
Yeah. Have you communicated this to anyone else?
No, just you.
Okay. All right. Well, Danya, it was nice meeting you today. It was nice getting off to a good start of figuring out what the problem was, hearing a little bit of the emotions behind what you're feeling, why you're feeling it. I look forward to getting to know you a little better, and seeing how we can move through this together.
Thank you so much, Dr. Anna.
All right, great. Thank you so much. And you can just kind of look for the recordings as soon as I can have them posted. But otherwise, have a great night.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay.
All right. So whoever's being the counselor first, go ahead and say your full name.
Hi, my name is Tara Tureen, and I will be the counselor. Renee will be the client.
Okay.
Hi, Renee. What brings you in today?
Hello. I was referred to you from my primary doctor. I'm feeling overwhelmed. I'm dealing with the pandemic. So I'm not motivated to work or anything right now.
Okay. You're saying you're not motivated to work right now. Did you lose your job, or do you have a job?
Yeah, I currently lost my job due to the pandemic.
Okay.
My company folded. I did customer service work at the time.
Okay. So how does that make you feel, not being with work, not working and going through this pandemic?
Right now, I'm a mother too. So right now I do receive unemployment.
Okay.
So right now I'm okay financially, but the stresses of life, because eventually that's going to end.
Yeah.
Due to me not having a job right now, I got to figure out how to even find a job, because I've been at this job for the past 10 years.
Right. So what have you been doing as far as trying to look for a job? I know you said you lost your motivation.
Yes. I tried some online places that unemployment referred me to. Right now they're not, everything is online or by phone. So I really feel like the company or the people don't get to see who I am because it's over the phone.
Right.
It's just a lot for me right now, because it's my first time ever experiencing not having a job.
Right.
I have two other children depending on me, and it's tough for me right now.
Right. I see it's kind of frustrating and also discouraging for you. Well, just not being able to find the job. What were you doing?
My last job was customer service at it was a customer service company for a phone company.
Okay.
So right now, it's hard for me. It's very hard. It's hard for me.
Okay.
I don't even know if I want to do that again, because I'm scared if I do that again, then I'll, they're fold also.
Right.
It was a private company, so I lost everything, benefits, all that for me and my children. So I got to think about a career change, I think, until I find something else to do. I'm willing to do anything from cleaning floors to, I'm just willing to do anything right now.
Okay. So what I hear you saying is that it is discouraging, especially with the pandemic. You have been trying, because you did fill some applications, but they're online. They're not personable.
Right.
It's not face to face where you can give your best and they can see you at your best when you're doing the interviews. So that is discouraging in itself. It seems like just doing it online and then or over the phone, you're not able to express yourself as much as you would in a person interview.
Right. And times have changed. 10 years ago, you was able to go into places to actually do applications.
Right. You're right.
Everything now is online. Everything. Right. So that's new for me. Okay. The computer is not new to me, but just filling out applications, doing a resume, all that's new for me, because I've been at this job for the past 10 years.
Okay. Renee, do you feel like at least one maybe interview you've done over the phone or even online, do you feel like at least one of them was some type of hope maybe that you will get the job?
Well, I'm praying that it is. I didn't get that feeling, to be honest. I did not. So I kind of got discouraged because, you know, normally, you know, if you're face to face, you get, you know, something back, you know. So, you know, I pray that I eventually get a call back or something.
Okay. So maybe we can have like one goal here. Maybe the goal could be after this, you can go home and give them a call, give one of them a call and just fill it out and see what they say. That way, you know where you're at.
Right.
Yeah. Do you think that's something that you can do?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So now, how are you feeling every day when you're sitting at home and not going to work?
I just eat up everything because it's stressing.
And that's okay sometimes.
Yes. You know, you eat because you snack because I'm just home.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I am in front of a computer all day, also trying to look, but everything now is so intimidating because they want you to have all these qualifications. But you know, you're right. I do need to, you know, set some type of goal for myself each day. Right. So I would try to work on that.
Okay. I heard you say something about qualifications.
Yes.
What type of skills have you acquired while not being at work, or do you already have that can help you maybe find another job while you're waiting on something you may want?
Customer service. So I have looked at a lot of that, even if it's part-time for customer service.
Okay.
So that's something that I know that I'm good at. So, and I do have a degree. I don't have a bachelor's, but I do have a degree. So maybe, you know, and I did tell the last 2 people that I applied. So hopefully I'll hear something back.
Okay. So I do also hear you have a lot of hope. You still want to continue to look. And do you have a time limit with as far as how you're doing with money? I know you said that you needed money and you wanted to pay for.
Well, I'll be fine for another, just say 6 weeks, 1st of September, because it would end. Okay. And so I'm praying between now and September that I will have something, even as part-time, something that I can fall back on to assist me and my children.
Okay, so before 5 weeks, you're hoping for a job.
Yes.
That's the goal.
That's one of my goals.
Yeah.
Yes.
Before 5 weeks. So that is very hopeful. That's something to look forward to. And so what are some things that you're doing? Do you have any hobbies you do in the meantime?
No, I love to read. So I read a lot. I try to spend time with my children. One of the things that my primary informed me to do is to exercise, to, you know, release some stress, relieve that. So something I'm trying to start my kids, even if we're just walking for 30 minutes.
Okay.
So that's one of the things that I can add to my goal list.
Okay. And then so what have you taken away from this?
Well, one thing I have did is that I do have hope.
Yes.
And then I also need to learn to set goals for myself.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm glad you came. And I'm also glad that you were able to acquire the hope that you were looking for. And of course, it's going to take some time, but you've given yourself a time limit and you're going to push through. We're here for you.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Okay. All right. So before we get started, Renee, if you could just say your full name for your peers, and then let me know when you're ready.
Okay. Do you see me? Yes, you can see me. Okay. Hello, I'm Renee Ingram.
You can go ahead.
Okay. Good afternoon and welcome, Ms. Tara. What brings you in today?
Well, I recently lost my job and I've been looking for work. I have small children, so it's just I'm not feeling motivated anymore. It's just been really discouraging losing my job.
Okay. If you don't mind me asking, Ms. Tara, how many children that you have in their ages?
I have 3 children. They're 5, they're 1, and 6. So they're small and they have a lot of needs. So this is why losing a job is so bad for me.
Right. Tell me, what was your last job?
I also worked with children that didn't have homes. And that's kind of where I want to continue to look, is working somewhere with children, but it's just so hard, that field, to find jobs.
jobs at. How long did you work for that company?
I worked for them for about 3 years.
About 3 years, okay. Tell me some of the hobbies that you like to do.
I do when I do have the time, since I'm a mother full time. I like to read. I do like to catch up on my shows and just spend time with my children, really doing arts and crafts.
Right. You also said that you was unmotivated. Unmotivated. Tell me a little bit about that. Why are you so unmotivated at this time?
Well, it's just discouraging. I keep hitting dead ends. I keep getting the answer no. Every time I fill out an application, I don't get calls back. And when I do, it's always, I'm sorry, you didn't get the job. So it's definitely discouraging.
It's discouraging.
Yeah. I just lost the motivation.
Okay. Tell me where have you filled out application? Is it something that you normally do, like the same type of career choice that you're currently in? Have you, looked at something different?
Yeah, I've been looking more with companies that deal with children. But at this point, I just need a job. I just need anything,
right?
So I can have consistent income.
Right. Have you applied for unemployment at all?
I did. It is ending soon, and once it ends, I will need that income.
By you doing unemployment, I do. How long ago did you apply for that? For the unemployment.
I guess right after I lost my job.
Lost your job, okay. Do you have any family support at all?
No, I used to have my mom, but she's miles away now. She moved, and so I no longer have her near to help me with the children.
Right. And since you lost your job, can you tell me something that you would like to do, if it's the same thing or something different?
At this point, I'll be okay with anything as long as it's a check. As long as it's something that I can constantly get paid for. As long as it's not free, I'll do it. I don't have a preference anymore until I can get back on my feet and then start looking more for my career.
For your career, and your career now, just working with children.
Yeah, working with children.
Okay.
And mental health.
How's you say your family life? Is just you and your 3 children?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're the main supporter of your.
Okay. Yeah.
What other resources have you looked into since your job have ended?
I didn't look into a lot of resources. I guess I'm just trying to figure it out and find the answers.
Right. Have you? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I just wanted to say I was just kind of trying to figure it out, to figure out what am I doing wrong, or why I keep hitting these dead ends.
Right.
And that caused the motivation not to be there.
Right. Have you do you do application every day? You were saying that you applied. Have you reached back out to the company that you applied for?
I haven't actually. I didn't think of that. I know sometimes when they will call me and say, hey, I'm sorry you didn't get the job, but I've never called one and just check in to see.
Checking. So right now you feel like you're losing hope also.
Oh yeah.
Okay. With your children, are there, since you said you have a 1, 6, and 8-year-old, are you this 8-year-old, they see a lot of things you do. Do you do any activities with them at all?
Yeah, I spend time with them the best that I can. But money's so tight right now, it's not much we can do.
Right. And so how long ago did you say you filled out for unemployment?
Right after the job.
Right after the job. Can you tell me?
Right after I lost
your job. All right. And can you tell me like the time period of that there?
Well, it's about 6 months, so it's coming up.
Right. So moving forward, have you checked out any career source places through unemployment? Have they sent you anything like that?
I didn't think of that, but that's something that I can do. I can start there.
Okay. And what hobbies do you like to do, Tara?
Just reading, spending time with the kids. Right now, I do have a lot of time on my hands, but I'd rather be waking up to go to a job. Yeah.
So moving forward, so we know that we have to work on short-term and long-term goals. Have you thought about some of the short-term goals that you can kind of do right now to move forward?
I can start with filling out more applications at least twice a day, or physically going out to these companies and seeing if they're able to see me, of course, due to this pandemic.
Right.
Just putting more action to it.
More action too. And the application that you're filling out, Tara, is it online? Are you going in
it's
person?
online.
Everything is online.
Yeah, so
okay.
maybe I'll start doing in person if they have in person, of course.
Of course, right.
Yeah.
And where are you going? Like, are you going to a career center, or are you just doing it at home?
At home.
At home. Okay. Okay. Because you don't have anybody to watch your kids, correct?
No.
Correct. Okay. Okay. So definitely, I would like to thank you for actually coming in today. Tell me something that you took away from the session today.
Well, just pushing a little more, looking up my resources, trying my different options out in the meantime, besides unemployment, and just calling them more.
Calling them more.
Yeah.
And it's something else we spoke about too. About once you call them more, and it's something else we said also. Reaching back. Okay, when we reach back out.
To them, reach back out to them when I call them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So again, I would like to thank you for coming in.
Thank you.
I'm ready for you for the next session. Just remember the key points that when we come back, and we can move forward for the next sessions. Okay. And thank you again, Ms. Tara, for coming in.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you so much.
I can breathe.
All right, so whenever you're ready, whoever wants to go first, go ahead and say your name, and then I'll start the timer.
Okay, my name is Julie Miller, and I'll be the helper first. Hi, Charlie. What brings you in today?
I'm done. I can't do this. I can't. I've been struggling for a good minute now. I can't drive. I can't. Anytime I get in the car, forget it. I'm done. I can't do it. I had to have somebody. I had somebody drive me here today. I am not like that. This is driving me nuts. I am an independent person. I can't walk anywhere in this flippin' city. And I thought I'd come down here because it's less traffic, less worry, and it's just as bad. I don't know what to do. I'm just done.
I can totally hear your frustration. Tell me a little bit more about why you're not able to drive right now.
It's been for a while. I can't drive because about a year ago I was working as a coroner's assistant, and I do photography. I've done photography forever, but about a year ago, up on I-4 in Louisiana, where I used to live, there was a really, really bad 5-car pileup with a truck driver, and it's really bad, really bad. And since that point, I cannot get on any sort of transportation, especially if I'm up towards the front, without it feels like my chest is going to cave in. I don't know what to do.
Yes, I can hear your anxiety building now as you talk about it.
I don't like it. I don't like the way it feels. And the first 2 or 3 times that I had that problem, they said that there's nothing wrong with me and that I just need to relax and I'll be fine. And no, that's not right, because why would my heart feel like this? And why can't I sit behind why can't I sit in my driver's seat without shaking and crying and completely falling apart? That's not me.
Right. I understand. I can understand your frustrations and the limitations you're now experiencing. Had to be a real tough situation to be able to see something like that, and it is pretty terrifying and understandable that you're feeling the way you are and confused. Have you tried some breathing techniques or some grounding exercises before you've prepared yourself for driving before? Is there anything that you have done to try to work out some of that anxiety before?
I do. Okay, so I've done breathing treatments before. I kind of started doing my own research and looking at different things and what I could do to kind of calm myself down, because I kept hearing from a couple of people, oh, that's a panic attack. You've never had a panic attack before? I'm like, no. So
Okay.
I did some breathing exercises, and it seemed to be that I'd be okay. But the minute I put myself behind the wheel, I can hold the keys in my hand. I can walk up to the car. I can kind of fiddle about in the car. But the minute that engine turns over, I keep replaying the sounds in my head, and
Okay.
it just doesn't go away.
Okay. So when you're turning the key or you hear those, and it's literally triggering it happening like it's right in front of you again.
Yes. And I've gotten over the nightmares. I can do without the nightmares. It's okay. But as soon as I sit behind that driver's seat or I hear that engine going, and it's okay if it's somebody else's vehicle. I've gotten to that point where I can sit like in a back seat as long as I've got my phone or something else to occupy me. I'm okay, but I have to be in a back seat. But
Okay, so you can ride with somebody else, but as long as you're not seeing or hearing what's going on around you.
yeah, and if I sit in the front seat and I see that windshield, I can't. That engine, the windshield, the steering wheel, I can't. I don't know what to do. I have to be able to drive.
Okay, I can understand that need to be able to still be self-sufficient and independent, and losing a big part of that can definitely be frustrating and conflicting, and causing even more chaos into what you're already experiencing.
What do I do? What can I do? You know, I mean,
well, you said that you've tried some things, correct? You know, and that you have been able to get into the back seat, right?
Mhm.
So what's calming and soothing for you?
Bubble
What
baths.
Okay.
I know you can't take one of them in a truck.
Well, you never know. You may be able, they have those little battery operated water fountains, you know what I mean? And that dripping in the sound, maybe with the rocks and
Okay.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
But and those are portable. You can have them on desks. But I'm just trying to get a feel for what brings you like that calmness feeling, because I can make suggestion what works for me, but we need to find out what's going to work for you.
Artwork is a big one. Really loud, angry music and artwork really have always been able to get me to get everything out. Writing, sorry.
I'm sorry. Have you tried maybe drawing about the experience, since that's something that does bring you some kind of calmness and peace? Maybe your artistic manner of getting that out, maybe it's a way to release some of that emotion and that struggle and that anxiety from the actual experience.
I've been hesitant to even do that because I'm afraid that it's going to put me back there and I'm going to lose everything. I'm going to lose my brain. I'm going to lose where I'm at. I'm going to have a complete meltdown. And I don't know how to do that.
Okay, so tell me, what is the scariest thing for you from that moment? What was the scariest thing that you experienced in that moment when you saw this accident?
All the death, that I couldn't do anything about it, and that it could happen to me or my kids in the same manner that it happened to them.
That's very understandable. Losing our children, ourselves, our family, that's a terrifying experience, and it's very hard to even think about for some people. Well, I would suggest, taking a little bit of time, you know what I mean? Doing things that work for you right now, and maybe just baby steps right now. And, maybe during our next meeting that we can talk a little bit more about what you have tried, and if you've tried to, do the drawing technique and see if that helps.
Mm-hmm.
And, also there's some deep questions that you're going to ask yourself is like, death is inevitable, right? You know, why do you fear it? Maybe you can ask yourself that question and think about that, and then we'll talk about it next week when I see you.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
All right. If you need me in the meantime, please feel free to reach out. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
All right, Jules, you disappeared
Yeah, you did.
just at the very end there.
Oh,
There you go. Okay, so when you're ready to switch, just, Charlie, go ahead and say your full name, and then you can get started.
Okay, bear with me 2 seconds. I just have to make sure that this isn't, okay, cool. Sorry. Okay. My name is Christine Wyant, and hi, Jules. How you doing this week?
well, I'm an absolute mess.
What's the matter, honey?
Well, yeah, we've talked in the past about my history and horrific car accidents. Well, I've just finally accomplished and overcome my fear and started driving again. I was getting comfortable, and now I just got another wreck.
Oh,
I totaled the
wow.
car. I didn't hurt anybody or anything else, but now I'm just like, I feel like I can't do this anymore. I can't get in a car with somebody else. I can't get in a car by myself to drive anywhere. Like, and I have a daughter, I have a job, I have a husband, I have all these things that I need to do, but like, how are you supposed to do that without being mobile? I can't walk everywhere. I live in Florida. It's so hot. I would die within the first 5 minutes. I'm so filled with anxiety. Like, I tried to drive my husband's car this morning. I got up to driver's door and I just threw up all over the place. It's paralyzing, like to the point where I'm vomiting and then I just can't move.
Oh, wow. That sounds frustrating and scary and terrifying all rolled into one.
You hit that nail on all three heads.
Yeah. So, go ahead.
Okay. I've never experienced this kind of thing before, like throwing up and anxious and not being able to move. And, like I said, I have a history of car accidents. I've done it before, and it was like riding a bike. You fall off, you get back on, and it was okay. But this last one, I don't know what it is and why it's affected me so badly. And it's having like this physical reaction on myself. Like, and I'm a control freak. So like, feeling out of control and this loss, like where I can't control what's happening with me, and I can't get in a car and go pick up my daughter, and I can't go get groceries if I need to. Like, I'm just, I don't even know what to do with all this. I don't know how to make it better. I don't know how to make it right. I don't know how to stop it. I don't know why it's happening, especially since I have a history. I've done this before. I don't know where it's coming from.
When was the last car accident previous to this time?
About 6 years before this one. And I went straight through the windshield with that one. And I literally got in the car the next day and drove, no problem.
Okay.
There has been incidents when I like ride with other people in the last 6 years, like, because I'm not in control, so I'm not driving. So like, if they get too close, I jump, or like, my husband was backing up one day and I thought he was gonna hit a car, and I couldn't even like say something. Like, I just screamed. So there's been like incidents of like something happening in an outburst, but never like where I can't even get in a vehicle and now I'm throwing up and then I can't move.
What's happened within that 6 years that's positive, that's grounded you?
Well, I was able to buy my own car. I went back to school. I had a good job, like I got married. Things were just good. You know what I mean? Like, but like I said, there still was little certain things that happened that would trigger it. But like, and I don't even understand, the accident happened right by a cemetery.
Okay.
And I don't know if that has something to do with it.
Okay. It almost sounds like what you're telling me is, with all of these positive changes in your life within the past 7 years, and how your marriage is moving forward in a positive direction, and yes, you've had those little triggers. However, it sounds like you're gaining momentum in a positive lifestyle. And you've put significance to the cemetery and where you've had your accident this past time. And it almost is, it sounds like you're telling yourself you need to be more cautious because these things are precious to you now. And it's giving you anxiety.
That makes sense. It makes a lot of sense, you know. So much death in my life around me. Losing my mom and all my relatives and my best friend. And like, you know, I don't know. It's just, maybe that's what it is. It's just like, I don't, you know, in the past, I didn't have so much going for me, and it wouldn't be a big deal if I left, but you know, like, it's, my daughter needs me, and like, I have a life that I do enjoy and love and appreciate and have gratitude for. And like, I don't want it to end, and I don't want it to be tomorrow, or like, and I don't want it to be because of some careless situation, or is it just because I'm a really bad driver? Like,
Yeah, you know, and it sounds like it's a very heavy weight, you know, and yeah. Oh gosh. You know, what have you tried anything when you recognize the anxiety or and the throwing up and kind of being paralyzed in that moment? What thoughts do you have in those moments?
this is it. This is it. I don't even know. Like, in my head, that's the only sentence or phrase that I say. Like, this is it. Like, as I feel like I'm having a heart attack too. So I feel like I'm dying. Like, it's happening in that moment. So then I feel like I'm dying, but then I can't move. And I think it's because of this, but I don't know why it's happening. And then I just vomit. Like, who has like a physical reaction like that? I've never heard of such a thing.
Oh, it can happen, absolutely. You know, and don't forget, everybody's body responds differently to anxiety and their personal fears.
Well, that makes me feel a little better, because I feel like a freaking nut job right now, and I'm not okay with that. And it's like, it's also really embarrassing too. Like, my child looks at me like, Mom, what is wrong with you? Then, you know, I'm dealing with some conflict there, because now I can't take her to dance class every day. So now she's mad at me, and then she's waiting on her dad, and he's always late. And so now it's like, it's limiting my ability to be a good parent and do the things that she wants me to do. So now I feel like I'm letting her down. So then that builds it up even more. So I'm trying to push myself and just like force myself to get in the car and just do it. But I just kind of don't get there.
It's very frustrating.
Very frustrating. Very.
How would you feel about writing down every time you choose what your thoughts are preceding getting into the vehicle, before you have that moment where you lock up?
Okay.
Write it down. Let's do it like for 4 days.
Okay.
Before you come and meet me again. And then maybe we can sit down and take a look, if you're willing, take a look at those specific moments where we can recognize what you're feeling and maybe work through why you're feeling such that way.
Okay. That sounds
You
like a
know?
good plan. Because it's got to be coming from within me. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's nothing else. There's nothing. It's me.
Yeah. Thank you, Julie. I appreciate it.
Thank you. And I'll see you next week.
I'll see you
Hopefully
next
I
week.
can get here.
You'll get here. We'll make sure. Have
Thank
a
you.
good one.
You too.
All right, so thank you both. You can sign off when you're ready, and I'll have these recordings posted as soon as possible.
All right, thank you.
Yep, have a good night.
You too.
And so who is the counselor first?
I'm going to be the counselor first.
Okay, so whenever you're ready, go ahead and get started.
Okay. All right, so it is so good to meet you, Marlene. I know we had spoken on the phone about some things you've been experiencing with being a new mother. So where would you like to begin?
Well, I have a daughter that's months now, and I'm like overwhelmed because I'm scared to do something wrong or mess up anything or even hurt my baby. So I feel like stressed and overwhelmed.
It sounds like you might be having some anxiety related to being a new mother. That's totally natural. So let me ask you, so what kind of thoughts are going through your head throughout the day while you're taking care of your baby?
Well, I'm like, so it's like 24 hours a day, and I'm like the only caregiver. So, I mean, obviously her dad helps out too, but for me anyways, like I have to do everything, and if it's not perfect, like I'm a perfectionist, so I start panicking if I even mess up once.
Well, it sounds like you're very attentive to your baby, and that's, absolutely wonderful. So, what is the routine with you and your baby look like on a daily basis?
So first, so she wakes up, and then I go to her crib, and then like I feed her milk, then I get her dressed and everything, and then I start making breakfast, and um I try to like give her healthy food and everything. And so later I give her lunch and pretty much it. And I play with her.
Well, it sounds like you have the routine very well down pat, and you're meeting all her needs.
Yeah.
So that's really wonderful. So what kind of things, what would be like the worst case scenario for you? So if you were fearing that something was going to go wrong, what are you worried about most?
Like say if she's crying and I don't know why, sometimes I would say if she didn't eat enough or I didn't give her milk. Say like something's hurting her. I don't know what it is. That's what gets me overwhelmed.
I can imagine that would be somewhat stressful. I mean, many new mothers experience what you're experiencing, Marlene. It's not easy. I would imagine not easy to be a new mother. Um, so, can I ask you how you are handling when she's crying? Are you responding right away?
Yes, I am. And like if she doesn't stop crying, that's when I get overwhelmed and I get scared because I have no idea what the problem is. So I try to look for anything, any solutions. So pretty much.
Well, it seems that maybe your fear is that something is going to go wrong. You're definitely being attentive and caring, and it sounds like you're doing the absolute best that you can, and it sounds like you're doing a good job. It really does from everything you've told me. Um, so you have in your routine a lot of time for the baby. Do you have times where you are relaxing for yourself?
Not really, because I mean, I always have to focus on her and watch her every move, and make sure she doesn't eat anything poison or doesn't hurt herself or doesn't fall off of anything.
God, I understand. So when during the day, is there a time that maybe dad could take over and maybe you could have some time for yourself?
Just like in the mornings, usually, and when she goes to sleep.
Okay. So, during those times, do you feel dad is taking good care and doing everything you would do, but in the best interest of baby?
Yeah.
Okay, so um, in those times that you're away from the baby, what kind of things are you feeling or thinking?
Um, but pretty much like when I'm with her, I'm like really happy, and when I'm not, I just like start in panic mode and pretty much like I want to be watching over her every second.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see how it can be sort of hard to, let go, and you're wanting to make sure that she's taken care of every second, especially with the anxieties they've been experiencing. You know, hope, you say, dad has been pretty responsive and taking care of her and attentive. Um, so maybe just try focusing on that dad is very attentive and would do all that you would do to make sure baby was safe, right?
Yeah.
And also maybe some deep breathing exercises. Have you ever practiced some deep breathing exercises that can help lessen anxiety?
No, I haven't.
Okay. Well, it's basically, I practice a lot of deep breathing myself. This one is called rainbow breathing, and it's pretty relaxing where you go up with an arch like this, hold, exhale. And if you do that 3 or 4 times in a row, generally that can help you when you're experiencing some racing heart and anxiety feelings. It calms a part of your brain that makes you feel really nervous. But what else? So whenever you're with baby, what are some things that you really enjoy doing that you feel the most at ease with the baby?
When she's laughing, or say like when she's having a good time and she enjoys having people around her, it makes her laugh.
Okay. Well, would there be a possibility of scheduling more times that you enjoy with the baby and maybe being around family members? Is that possible to have more time? Okay. Well, maybe next week you could try to, maybe some of those deep breathing exercises and spending some time with some family and doing those leisurely things that you enjoy with baby. And I'd love to hear how it goes.
Okay.
Awesome. Well, I'll see you next week, Marlene.
Thank you.
Awesome.
All right, so whenever you're ready, you can go ahead and get started.
Okay. So, hi, Amanda. Thank you for coming in to see me. So, what's been your problem? I mean, your problems, or like what have you been dealing with?
Well, I got into a car accident about a year ago and it was really bad. They say I barely survived. And since then I hate getting in a car. I just hate it.
Okay, so I hear you hate getting into the car. So what happens when you're the passenger? How do you feel when you have to be the passenger? Someone else is driving.
So, when I was in my accident, I was driving the car and I wasn't at fault. It was totally out of nowhere, but being in a car just in general, like my heart starts racing and I just feel like I can't breathe. And I just get really freaked out.
Okay. So you have like anxiety and you just freak out when you get into another car. I understand that. How about when there's any other transportation that you need to take other than a car?
So I haven't tried any, like I haven't tried getting on a bus or anything like that, but definitely even, I don't know, even just being near the road. I mean, I live in a house near the street and just hearing the cars go by it just makes me really, really nervous. Really nervous. Um, I don't know what to do. I mean, I'm having to get rides to work. My husband's been very understanding, giving me rides to work every day, but it's like I have to take half of an anxiety pill every time I even think about getting into the car. Like I have to just, I don't even know what to do. And I don't like being on those meds, but you know, it's
Okay.
been hard.
Okay. And how would you feel if you were to take it like step by step? Like if you were to like get in the car with somebody, just trying to relax and having deep breaths and just having like, you know,
I mean, I guess I've just gotta, I mean, taking it slow, I know that it's gonna be hard because, um, it was a pretty serious accident, but I can try, just breathing and hopefully feeling and just thinking that I'm gonna be safe because, I guess freak accidents like that don't happen every day.
I mean, if you would have your seatbelt, that basically, I mean, for the blow, that kind of like, that doesn't make it so you would get injured. I mean, it saves you and it's supposed to protect you, you know? Like, it gives you, like, less chances of you getting seriously hurt in an accident.
Mm. I mean, that was one thing. I was not wearing my seatbelt when I was in my accident, so that's why it got so bad. So, I guess if I'm taking the proper safety measures, I wasn't really before. I was kind of a reckless driver before. I wasn't, I was not at fault, but still, certain things like wearing a seatbelt. I was just, I drive with my flip flops on. It just was something I didn't really pay much mind to. But you're right. I could try to think about if I'm taking all the safety precautions and the person I'm driving with is driving safely, things should be fine. And
Okay, so that's good to hear. So, um, and how did you recover from the accident? Like, were you like scared or were you like seriously injured? Did you break something?
well, it was something that I was put into a temporary coma, and it was, when I realized what had happened and kind of woke up from everything, it was a long, grueling process to heal. I mean, um, I'm still not all there. I'm still not right. Um, I feel a lot of pain on a daily basis, and that's just kind of a reminder every time I'm near in the car, that I fear like being in that place again, being disabled almost.
Okay. Well, I have like I have some helpful tips for you to like can relax and drive safely with that is if you're gonna drive again or like being inside being the passenger. I mean, if you're being the passenger and someone wants to text and drive, you can tell them, please, I mean, put the phone down. I mean, it can wait. Um, or like if they get distracted, you can just like call their attention on it. And then if you're driving, wear some shoes, tennis shoes or something. Um, and if people want to pass by you really fast, I mean, you could just let them go and they can just move on, you know.
Yeah, I could see that if everything if you're taking all the proper precautions and you're keeping your eye out, I've got to just try to logically through a lot of those things, while I'm in the car, that and kind of challenge my anxieties, that as long as I'm being attentive and paying attention and driving safely, it shouldn't, you know, it's less likely that something bad is going to happen. I'm just always so focused on the what if, the bad part, the what if, because the what if happened to me at one point.
Uh-huh. Try not to think about that And then, I mean, always wear your seatbelt because that's just going to prevent any blow. It's going to decrease the injuries, most of the injuries. And try to relax, you know, I mean, try using deep breaths and
Yeah, I'll give it a shot. You know, I will give it a shot. Thank you very much for your help.
okay. Well, thank you, and hope to see you soon.
I'll see you. I'll see you next week.
All right. Thank you both. Have a great night, and I'll have these posted soon.
All right then. Hello, Mrs. Diaz. How are you doing today?
Good, thank you.
I heard that you haven't been eating and sleeping well. Is everything okay?
I've been kind of like sad, and I've had a lot of anxiety as I lost my friend.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear.
Yeah, and sometimes brings thoughts about my mother when she passed. She passed a long time ago, but so I've been kind of down and out.
How are you taking it? How is your friends and family and yourself taking it?
Well, my friends and family, I kind of like drew away from them. Like sometimes I just want to be alone in a room. I don't want to mingle with anybody. I just depressed, and I don't want to be around anybody. I just feel overwhelmed by this whole thing.
Are you afraid or worried about something happening to you or something, or?
No, I just don't feel like happy, and I don't feel like I want to express myself and be around people. I just feel like being alone, and I'm just sad all the
Have you
time, have no energy.
have you tried doing something new or different to help you in your life? You know, to get going and stuff.
Oh, I try. Sometimes I read the scriptures, and sometimes I try to reach out to my friends, but as soon as they don't pick up the phone, I'm back to the same place where I started. I just want to just be alone.
Have you tried maybe going out to like certain places where you can meet other new people? Almost like a little, I'm not sure what's the official name of it, but maybe like almost like a meet and greet place?
No, I don't even have the energy to do that. Sometimes I just want to stay home. I don't even want to get dressed and get up to go out.
Have you tried doing different activities at home? Maybe something that can get you engaged?
I do. I do my cleaning and I cook. But I don't know. I just don't have that energy anymore. It's just like I just feel like down and out. You know.
Tell me more about your mother.
Oh, so my mother died a long time ago, but every time someone close to me dies, I always think about her. I reflect back to her, and I think about happy stuff that I always remember her. I always remember the happy times we had,
Mhm.
but then I feel sad because I lost her and I miss her.
Was there anything that your mom will influence you by? Like, was there something that maybe you miss her by? Like, was it her cooking or her smile, everything?
Oh,
You know?
everything. She was like the head of the household because we grew up without a father, so she was like the father and mother to my family. And yeah, so every time I hear of a friend dying, I kind of like think about the past and what I went through, without my mom, missing my mother.
Does any of your siblings miss her as well?
Oh
Like,
yeah, we all miss her. I mean, we get together on her birthday and we kind of like talk to each other. and we you know, get together and sometimes kind of like do a little celebration of memories of her.
Okay, okay.
Mm.
Have you been to the doctors recently to make sure that your health is okay? Since you're lacking
No,
some sleep,
no, I haven't.
would you think that if you have time this week, you can try to go see the doctor by any chance?
So the doctor really doesn't say much. I mean, he says that it's normal for people to go through pain when they lose someone. So he don't really they're not really a help. They probably want to put me on drugs. That's
Hmm. Do you by any chance ever think back, like anything that you may want to have to say your mom, before she had passed away by any chance?
well, I was a really good daughter to her, so I really don't have no regrets. It's just painful. I always thought that maybe you know, after the year or two I was gonna feel a lot better. But every time, you know, like holidays come, Mother's Day, or stuff where, you know, I kind of missed her a lot. And I just get sad. And then I try to remember about the good times.
Would you by any chance be interested to go into a group that there's a group out there that you can meet other people who have gone to similarities of what you've been through?
You mean like a grieving group?
Yeah, like a
Oh
grieving.
yeah,
Yeah.
I've been to one of those. Yeah.
And how was your experience with them?
It was good. I mean, everybody shared the same pain, but the part about me trying to overcome this is when I go home and I don't have my group around anymore. I just don't know how to cope with it. I just feel like, I don't know, just feel sad and depressed.
And I can understand that the passing of your mother does make you sad and make you depressed. But have you tried moving forward in your life, knowing that your mom is at rest? But have you tried moving forward with something?
Oh, I sometimes try to get involved. That's why I went back to school because she was a teacher. So,
Mm-hmm.
and I try to get myself involved, um, read books, and you know, try to go to the beach and try to kind of like find my peace there.
Do you like going to the beach?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
What about the beach makes you feel comfortable?
I think it's the calming, the waters, you know, the sound of the waves kind of relaxes me.
Have you tried maybe when you go to sleep, maybe playing on your phone or whatever music device you may have, like play maybe sounds of the oceans? Maybe like
I
whale noise?
haven't, I never tried that. No,
Would
I
you like to give
haven't.
Would you like to give it a try?
I can.
Okay. Hmm. Well, it looks like our time is coming to an end, Mrs. Diaz. I know that what we have talked today will always stay with us, won't go anywhere else. What is said in this room will always be kept in this room, and that hopefully everything will turn out fine with you, and that you have a nice day. I'll see you again
Thank you.
next time. Okay?
Thank you so much.
All right.
All right, so whenever you're ready, get started.
All right then.
Hi, Pascal. How are you?
I'm doing all right, Judy, and just a bit down in the mood today.
Oh, what's troubling you?
Yes, I recently lost one of my friends. He committed suicide not too long ago.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. So how do you feel about that?
kind of sad, maybe a bit of regrets. Like
Oh,
maybe I should have done something.
okay, so you're feeling regrets because why? Do you feel like guilty about it?
I feel like maybe I could have said something to him, maybe something, maybe words of encouragement or something. I just feel like a piece of me should have done something. Just maybe I could have prevented him from killing himself. Maybe something. But I mean, it still holds me on today, though. To be honest,
But what makes you think that you're the blame?
I'm not sure.
That
I
you
mean,
could have prevented that.
I mean, me and him were very close. We grew up together in our neighborhood. We've been friends since elementary, and I feel like I could have said something. Maybe if I had said something, maybe it could have prevented it. I'm not sure. I mean, anything could happen during that time, regardless if my words did reach him or not.
Right. Well, so was he in a trouble, or did he show some kind of signs that he was unhappy about his life, or?
No, he was always a sweet, kind guy. He was always proud of himself, proud of what he does as an app. I'm not sure. Maybe he has to do something. Maybe when he was, I know he was a fan of alcohol. I know that. Maybe that has to do with it.
Right. Right. And so were you and him good friends for a long time, or?
Oh yes, most definitely. We were greater friends. We would hang out. We would make jokes, out with our friends, and just mess around. You know.
Right. So you know him for a long time?
Oh, most definitely.
Oh, yeah. So, when we lose someone very close to us or a
Mhm.
loved one, it's so painful sometimes. But, you have to find an outlet, maybe, I don't know, surround yourself by friends that you guys had in common, and maybe talk about the good times. Did you have some good times with
Oh yeah,
your
most
friend?
definitely.
And
We
so what are some of the yeah, what are some of the things that you did with him that you remember?
Oh man, there's one time we went to our friend's house, and it was like it was during before Halloween, and we decided to prank him. So we just
Mhm.
decided to cut out what was it? The creature, or the girl from Ring, and had it like almost like realistic. We put it in his restroom, and he didn't realize it, but he had a little closet where she would look like she would be peeking out, coming out, and he would come in, and then he sees it, and he would scream and run and freaking say, "What the heck is that?" Me and I would laugh a lot about it.
Yeah. And so sometimes it's good to think about all those good memories you had with
Oh, yeah,
him,
most definitely.
to kind of like ease the pain. It's not gonna make the pain go away, but
Oh yeah, it
things
will.
like things like that kind of like, help, through what you're going through.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
So have you been taking care of yourself though? I mean, sometimes, we kind of like feel like we don't nourish ourselves because we're kind of like, and have anxiety, or we're not feeling happy and we're sad about the situation. Are you taking care of yourself? And
Yeah, I know I wasn't eating or sleeping right, but I know bit by bit, I know that I have to move forward eventually. I know I can't stay in the same way, or the same position as
exactly.
I am.
Right.
So bit by bit, I've been getting back to normality. I've been moving forward, knowing that even though he's not here anymore, it doesn't mean for me to drop everything and to stop what I'm doing. It gives me a chance knowing that I can move forward, and knowing that
Okay.
he doesn't have to worry about anything. He doesn't worry about taxes, bills, or anything. He's at peace now. With me,
Right.
knowing him, he would know me that I should move forward and live my life as it should be. You know what I mean?
Right. Right. He probably would have liked you to do that.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that's good that you're not, dwelling too much on the
Yeah.
pain. And yeah, sometimes like that story you said about you and him and the memories, the good memories that you have
Right.
about him, that really works, you know, because that
Yeah,
works so
definitely.
sometimes too. Yeah. And so do you feel like the pain, how long ago did he pass away?
He passed away like about 2 years ago.
2 years.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, he was around my age during the time. Like to me, that's a young age for someone to
Right.
recently pass away. Too young to me.
Right. But you know, at least like I said, you got to kind of think about the good times you had with him and try to you know, deal with the pain, because sometimes, you know, that it's hard. I mean, it's hard for everyone to lose a loved one. It's not an
Almost.
easy thing, but it looks like you're pretty much managing pretty well. And like I said, just keep that positive attitude that you have that says, you know, you remember him as a good person, and try not to let that put you down, you know, because that kind of affects, you know, your well-being sometimes. You know.
It does.
Yeah, but so yeah. And so how do you feel about talking about the situation? Do you feel a lot better?
I mean, I feel more relief. I mean, talking to someone, you know, knowing that something this difficult to talk with others is, you know, coming here, it really does relieve me. It brings me a bit more calmness, more of a way, like a bit more happy. You know what I mean?
Well, that's good. Yes, that's what our plan is, to make you
Yeah.
happy and to try to make you forget, you know, all the sad things.
Most definitely.
So, well, I'm gonna wrap up right now because we're running out of time. But it was
Oh,
nice
yeah.
talking to you, and I hope that what we had today helped you.
Oh,
And
yeah, most definitely.
hopefully, we'll see each other again
Yeah.
some other time. Okay. Have a
All right.
good day. Bye.
See you.
All right. Thank you.